The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the Panther. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros corpse. Biz market wave, it's starting five, goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season to beat the starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five, get it. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five, get it. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat speak. I got what you need.
Each and every week we got what y'all need, I think. Nah, I know better. But first and foremost, you know who I am. It's me, the mayor, that DJ named Ace 5, your mom's favorite fat guy. We coming to y'all on this holiday, aka just a day off for many of us, with the newest episode of the Starting Five. Sorry about yesterday if y'all were checking for us, but you know, niggas got lives out here and shit. So some people were living life, other people were just home living life. But we back. We here to finish up the Husky Chainsaw Invitational. But first, before I throw it around like usual, I gotta give a real big ups. Again, we don't do it enough, but I should be doing it more often. Big ups to the homie Seven the Panther for that intro. Still, him and Fred Benz, gratefully appreciated forever. They did two of our intros over the years. And go check him out on Panther Politics podcast. Panther Politics, dope show. Nice long form show, kind of like what we do, but in more, they talk more rap and culture, just like we do, but we don't do enough rap talk. We'll get back to that eventually. As always, hit no QR code, hooksrub.com. Hit up the sponsor. 20% off your order using the code Starting 5. Jamal, what up, bro?
What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? On this holiday weekend, hope everybody had some good time off. It wait till now till fucking September for the heat wave to start, but here we are. So doing the show today inside because it's too fucking hot out there. Dan, I salute you for being outside, bro. But what's up, y'all? What's up, Brian? What's up, Oh, man? What's good, everybody?
Nope. I what's good, fellas, man? I'm trying Jamal's technique, man. I don't know if it's just gonna work, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying the hair of the dog. So far, so not. I'll be honest with you, man. But I ain't a quitter. I ain't no quitter, man. But yeah, man, good weekend so far, man. I needed this third day. I mean, shout out to the listeners, man. Shout out to my crew, my other two. Shout out to Lisper, TJ, wherever y'all at, man. I salute. And on to the next one.
Brian, you're back. Yes. UWO podcast. What's going on, good brother?
Not much. Same old. I'm enjoying the fact that I actually have a day off today, even though I had to do laundry this morning. But I ain't got to move for the next, 14 hours. I'm okay with that. But yeah, thank you again for having me on the show. Thank you to the listeners out there. Shout out to my boys Kyle and Eddie. Eddie, R.I.P. But yeah, same old.
Word. We back. Well, we we're gonna do our thing normally. I'm surprisingly having a great week so far, and it just started because a nigga's on vacation. So I'm fucking happy about that. I ain't gotta
Of
go back
course.
to work to that shithole for the next week. Everybody today. Shout out to everybody who I work with who might be suffering through the West Indian Day parade. Shout outs to everybody who
Ah,
attended it to
yeah.
try to make it peaceful. I just was, a pop up came up on the Snitch app, and if y'all don't know, I call the Citizen app the Snitch app because it's literally just neighborhoods of people just telling on what happened here, there, and there. And it looked like somebody got stabbed in Crown Heights, the area that I work in. So thankfully, I wasn't there to see, be around none of it. None of it. But y'all two Brooklyn brothers who kind of grew up in the area, man, like what was y'all experiences every time this holiday came around and it was West Indian Day Festival, Juve, all that. Like what was y'all experiences like growing up within this shit?
Juve was the move for a minute, especially in the young 20s or whatever. We used to go every year, man. The family used to go every year. We was over there on St. Mark's and Utica, so we wasn't that far. We was 3 blocks from every year. So it was it was and still is, an event to be be held. It's been duplicated now many times over different spots. Toronto got their own joint, and I think Atlanta and Miami got one, and Notting Hill over in London, that festival, but it all started from the West Indian Day Parade. But as I started getting older, the crowds, the heat, and then the incidents that popped up started, making me skip a year or two. Yeah, man. So, but usually I would go early, watch a few pass by, get my little few plates of food, and head back to the crib. And that used to be routine.
Dan, you muted.
Now I'm sorry. Real quick. I've been there a couple times. I used to live on for a hot second. I was on St. John's between Buffalo and Rochester, so I was literally 2 blocks over. Because you had Lincoln Place and then the Parkway. So yeah, I was there a couple of years, and yeah, man, it's the only thing that rivals the parade that I've been to. I mean the West Indian Parade. The only thing that rivals that is Thanksgiving Day Parade, and yeah,
What?
yeah,
I, ha,
Thanksgiving Day Parade is Thanksgiving Day
how?
Parade is probably the most amount of people I've seen in any given place at
In
any given
attendance.
time, man.
Yeah, in
Yes.
attendance. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say how does Turkey Days rival when I haven't been to the West Indian Parade since like 98, 99, like back like fresh out of high school. Or no, I think the first one I went to was 97 when I was, or 98, no, 96. Was still in high school, coming back and then going to school the next day because school used to start literally right after the Labor Day holiday. And then I think I went a couple years after that. One time I wore the wrong shirt out there. I had this dope fucking Woo Wear shirt that had the big LW logo on the back. It was all yellow. And then I didn't know about the fucking paint and got
Mm.
paint on shirt ruined forever, gone forever. But I worked the Thanksgiving parade. Um, Obviously at work doing blockade, which is just sitting in the truck, making sure nobody gets to a street that's already blocked off by barricades and police and all of that. And that Thanksgiving parade, like, I mean, it's just balloons compared to balloons walking in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
I was. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was an Oreo crumb. I was an Oreo crumb and a gallon of milk, man. Put it like that. The amount of white folks that was out there, I was like, you okay. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling comfortable on top of that. I mean, I was safe, but I wasn't comfortable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it was an experience. Both of those was definitely an experience.
No word. But
You know?
anyway, what up, Tyrone? He's in witness protection this week, trying to stay safe from controversy of his picks.
I couldn't make it to my regular studio spot, so I had to do it. You know, I had to throw the laptop on wherever I could be at.
Word up.
Like, it's dim in here, but I'm here. Y'all can't see me.
Looking like an album cover, man. Looking like a 2000 rap album cover right now.
It's supposed to be in the video, like.
Yeah, I don't know.
But just to please you, Tyrone, I did say that I'm starting off with a decent week finally, because the niggas on vacation. But yeah, man, Brian, what do y'all have up there, up your way? Like kind of, and nothing rivals what we got here in New York outside of the islands or Toronto. But what do y'all have going on up there, like that West Indian wise, that can compare in some sort of a way?
I mean, you guys got to remember, like, Rhode Island is small, so it's like not within an hour you can drive from the top of the state of Massachusetts or to the bottom towards Connecticut. So it's really not that big. But when we do have festivals and shit, it does turn up. We have a park out here by the coast. It's called India Point Park, and like the Cape Verdean Festival has been going on there for like since I was born, like since I was a little kid. So I've always gone to that, and then
can we get a date on that? Can we get a date on that? Because I might just have to, you know, if I find myself in the area, I might want to go down there to
the Cape Verdean Independence Day. Yeah, I'll tell you the list right now. The Cape Verdean Independence Day is July 5th. So literally July 4th, I celebrate one. July 5th, I celebrate the Cape Verdean one. So it's always the first Sunday of that month. We take over that area, and that's like our party spot. And then we get like the Dominican and Puerto Rican festival out here, and it literally shuts down the entire city of Providence. So from top to bottom, every street corner, there's people dancing, there's cars going up and down the road, chimney trucks everywhere you look, just food, music, women, fast cars, like for 2 weekends straight. You know what I'm saying? But then, of course, we got the usual, you know, Italian festivals. We got, you know, the 4th of July in Barrington type thing, or Bristol, which is like the oldest one in the entire country. But yeah, from like the culture, like those would probably be like the 3 biggest ones that we have out here, and they're great parties every time.
Which one do the War Rat kids?
They're more of the 4th of July parade. And yes, it is a real place. Yo, Dan, I'm telling you, I'm gonna ride around one day in Warwick. I'm gonna turn the camera on and just let you see. It is nothing that these white boys talk about. Nothing.
I believe it. Do y'all know about these kids that they call they from Warrack? Do y'all know about these kids?
Nah,
never.
No. All right. Well, let me.
Sad thing is, they're actually kind of popular.
Yeah,
Are you gonna pull them up?
Yeah, this shit is funny. I'm not against giving some comedy shit a few laughs and shit. But I gotta show y'all somebody else too, who's my favorite new rapper, and I'll explain why. But look.
Let's get to spitting. Do I need to wear a diaper for you to see this? Son of God, Joshua, I'm the real rap Jesus. To the bread like hummus, so they call me Peter. Bring it to a short style, something like Derek Jeter. Bars so tight you can never break it. Never. This shit must be hard when you're in the pavement. Like what you say? Don't play that shit like a llama. We get to spray it.
Let me give you another one, because you
get the strap. Let's get the spazzy. You word, baby. Yeah, you already know what it is. You word. You can smoke, you no lying, kill the get the folks with folks. I'm a chief. Get this.
They always do stupid shit like this. Like Somebody's got to jump off something.
This, baby. Look,
Somebody pops out of somewhere.
I got ops trying to say they gonna murder me. Serving fiends out the bando like Burger King. I'm famous, I know y'all hoes heard of me. Catch me in the rack, nobody purging me. Knock you out so quick, this shit like surgery. Put you to sleep and I ain't talking about nursery. Shout out to my team, we TTG like an emergency. From the rack, home of the killers and burglaries. Yo.
And I'm showing y'all like the bad ones, but like this one is dumb.
Good.
This is they made.
Borak in this mother. Turn up. Yo. Welcome to our state, where you either eating or you a hot plate. Warrap filled with tigers. Y'all are just yard snakes. God save. We run reality.
Yard snakes.
Yeah. Because the truth is, you could feel the pain in our music. Yeah, we rarely do this. State to state, city to city. Who gonna stop the movement? We got it all planned out. We got the blueprints, you see? I'm with the goons and we go where we want. Next is your city, punk. We can't be stopped. Hey, yo, Chief, come get on this beat, baby. Shine, you heard? Real rap shit.
Yeah.
I got a message. Before I
Stay in
rap,
Boston.
let's pray for a second.
I need to know who's the one that says, yeah, I'm going to go hide under the leaves. I'm going to go under the pile of dirt for this video and jump out. And then they got the kid. He said, he comes out, he says, hammer time. And one video I see, he literally throws a hammer like across the video. Like, so every time I used to see these kids, I used to always send it to Brian and shout outs to Carl. I would always send them these videos and be like, I need a fucking explanation right now.
I thought they was about to do some Hardy Boys backyard wrestling shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know they about to start rapping. I thought they was about to start jumping on each other and getting down like the Hardy Boys in the backyard.
I see the methamphetamine hit different up there.
It's in the water, man. It's in the water.
Yard snakes, bro.
You say yard snakes. But I gotta show y'all this kid. I sent one of the videos to y'all.
I just want to state really quick, Warrack does not in any way, shape, or form represent anything about Rhode Island.
Looks like they was representing
whatsoever.
They were standing in front of the Rhode Island Sun.
I mean, yeah, they're there. Just because I walk into the woman's bathroom don't mean I'm allowed in it.
Word. But I gotta show y'all this kid named Miles. I mean, to explain, as I said, I was saying to myself, like, yo, this kid's my new favorite young rapper right now. And it's not because he's nice. It ain't because he's like the best or he's even that good. The kid's making hilarious records that it's like he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. And is literally just having fun with it. And it's literally just like he's taking anything and just having fun with it. And I gotta find this specific one. MLK. There we go. Let me pull this shit up. But this kid, it's like I said, y'all gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is this garbage? But it's fucking funny as hell. But I'm trying to find one that's just him and not reaction video. Oh, here you go. I think I sent.
I'm getting money like NBA 2K23. I'm counting cash like NBA 2K23. Catch me on NBA.
I remember.
Watch me. She said she coming over. She gonna fuck me. I don't even think that she want me. She only want me because 2K23.
It's like the kid is just like it's just having fun. It ain't even serious. Yo. It's not. It's stupid. But the shit is hilarious. You know what? I'm gonna have to show this one by reaction.
All right. Okay. Shout out Martin Luther King. That nigga had
a drink. Yeah. See, this is why I gotta find it. It's everybody's calling it hot trash, hot garbage, whatever. But
shout out Martin Luther King. That nigga had a drink. Fuck do you mean? That nigga had a drink.
This dude was having a Mitch McConnell moment.
Yo, It's so fucking bad, but it's just so funny. And it's just like the kid is just having fun. It's not like he's trying to bar somebody to death, nothing like that. And that's what I'm enjoying about it. It's stupid. It seems stupid as hell, but the kid is just having fun. And I don't know about y'all, but I can appreciate something like that. I ain't holding them into the pantheon of greats or nothing. It's just like, yo, this is what it is. Don't think further than that.
Yo, I strictly got JJ Icefish vibes listening to that, man.
I ain't gonna hold nobody because apparently I didn't know that the new Philly anthem is "I Just Want to Rock," and all that dude goes is like "body yada yada." That's the whole song, and now that's the Philly anthem right now. So I'm embarrassed.
It's because it's from one of your Philly people.
Doesn't matter. Never mind.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
We went from flip side to I just want to rock. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's generations.
I'm in the field, nigga. Call me Indiana Jones. Look like Soldier Boy today, so kiss me. Like Usher yesterday in the shower, bitch, I was burning. This nigga really think he in Indiana. He not Indiana Jones. This nigga thought he bought a Beagle. That nigga bought a dog. Tried to fit in a skinny hole while my dumb ass gets stuck. Tried to buy a BMW, but I just bought a random truck. She keep calling my phone. I'm like, damn, girl, what the fuck? Stop.
Like, it's just, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. I see I left y'all like on stuck with that. But it's stupid and it's stupid fun. I appreciate stupid fun. I don't think this kid is out here trying to claim, like I said, I don't think he's trying to claim he the greatest or nothing.
Dan, I'm gonna tell you what, Dan. With hip hop's 50th anniversary just 2 weeks ago, I find it borderline disrespectful that you was playing that. It was that bad.
Hey, but guess what? I feel you, but I also remember hip hop's core principles: peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Dan, the roach is coming out your book bag, man.
Roach code, not your book bag.
We'll be back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But like I said,
okay, but all right. But in 82, 83, that was the hottest 16 we've ever heard in our lives. That's because it's probably the only 16 we ever heard in our lives.
It was still evolving, man. You know.
If we were still in 82, 83, I'd agree. But we're not.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna go from bad music to better music. And like I said, I admit that it's terrible, but it's just somebody having fun. That's all it is. It's just somebody having fun. That's what I can appreciate.
I mean, I can see where that correlates with Wall Rack. It's just a bunch of dumb kids having fun.
Yes, agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
And that's all. That's all.
But we still don't claim it at all.
I believe you. I totally agree. I probably wouldn't either. I wouldn't either, especially
like
if
flawless. We got love for, but these boys not.
I don't even know who that is. But anyway, let's get to some good music. Let's wrap this. Let's get through this tournament. We're gonna wrap this tournament up today. We're gonna get through it because we got a bunch of things that we're missing out on. Actually, before we even pop up the tournament, Jamal.
Yes, sir.
You had you wanted to make it a point to talk about Deion's first win at Colorado.
Oh, yes. You know, salute to Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes and that whole squad and that whole coaching staff, because they had them boys ready to play. They had them boys ready to play in the face of scrutiny and doubt and slander and disrespect throughout the sports media on the weeks leading up to it. They was 20-point underdogs, and they gave them the 12 o'clock game on the first full real weekend of NCAA football because they thought it was going to be a murder show, a boat race. They wanted to see this younger cocky black coach get his comeuppance, and the exact opposite happened. And the game plan was crazy. And if you me looking at the game, Colorado was vastly undersized compared to TCU. And them boys still held it down in the trenches. The skill positions was too fast. The plays they was drawn up. Shout out to Shador Sanders and man in Division I college football, tossed the rock for 500 and something yards. That's insane, and no picks.
510.
Yeah, man, no picks. And the way he had them boys playing so fast, the way they was getting to the line on defense, the crowd tackling, just shout out. He said we come in pause, but he won line. You know what I mean? And shout out to them. I love it. He Deion been going through it for a minute from leaving Jackson State the way he did and whatever. And that win, there was so much wrapped up in that win they had on Saturday. I haven't been that as excited to watch a college football game personally as I was to watch that game. I knew I wasn't gonna miss that game, and it was a dope game. So they're looking for him to lose against Nebraska now next week, but that was a masterful coaching job. Colorado's been trash for how long? 20 years, damn near. Colorado's
ever since Cordell Stewart, Bieniemy, and Charles Johnson.
And and they killed him because he turned over that whole roster. Only kept, I think, about 3 people. Had 60-something new scholarship players, bunch of HBCU transfers. You know what I mean? They was killing him for putting his sons on like that. And he got some Heisman contenders. He may have at least at a minimum of 2 Heisman contenders on that team already.
All for one game.
Fam, yeah, I'm going. If they play the rest of the season even close to that, yes.
I give them props for being in the form of. I mean, last year's playoff team.
The runner-up. They was in
the up to the finals.
Yeah, they was in the national championship.
Played in the finals.
And they was a 20-point underdog. In Texas, they went and beat them. So, not that they're going to run the table. I mean, the Big 12 was tough, but, a statement was made, though. A statement was made with that win. And if Deion can – if Colorado just has a winning season, they don't even have to go – they don't even have to be in the in the top 4 playoff. If they have a winning season, at least, this is a success. And Deion may have opened the door for more former player coaches than we've ever seen to get head coaching jobs in football. And but I'm just going to talk about this one win because I thought it was an impressive coaching job. And you got to tip your hat to them. And that sports media, man, the national sports media, especially in parts of the country that we don't talk about, they was killing. The slander was deep before they get run up. Talking about the roster and the roster's not this. And how you never seen these kids play? How you know who's what? You never seen half these kids play before. They didn't even take the field. And they was killing them. Killing them.
I'm sorry, they'll be backpedaling their words soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Colorado, Deion, he got in a press conference like, do you believe? Because Colorado won 2 games last year? And like you said, he dumped the whole roster and brought his guys in. Travis Hunter played, he played about 100, they said 110 snaps, both sides of the ball, interception and over 110 yards. Watching those receivers, like you said, vastly undersized, and they still pulled it off. They all drinking the Deion Kool-Aid, man. The only game I'm worried about is Oregon. Oregon is going to be a shootout. I like Oregon. I like how they play. Nebraska next week, yeah. They're going to watch Nebraska. They're going to watch Nebraska. Matt Rule, this is his first year. In Nebraska. He lost Saturday.
They lost from USC?
Say again?
Who they lose to? Was that USC they lost to?
I'm not sure who they lost to. I'm not sure, but I know he did lose. You know. Um yeah, this guy, this kid Sanders, his son, if he puts up numbers like he did Saturday, he's already gonna be the early Heisman hopeful. You know.
Just off the strength of the
Travis
name,
Hunter,
probably.
he's the other one. Say
Travis
again,
Hunter
sorry?
is the man can cover, man. At worst, on one side of the ball, he's going to be talked about. Like he's a ridiculous corner and offensive weapon, bro. Look at him. My bad.
He's that good.
Well,
He's that
congrats
good.
to Colorado. Y'all are eventually gonna have a shit season, giving love to Dion or not. Y'all ain't y'all haven't been it for a minute. Y'all still ain't gonna be it for a little while, but still props to the black man for pulling off his first win in D1. But let's see. This is shout outs to the brother JP, but this is a let's see. And speaking of the brother JP, I have to apologize because normally when we open a show, when we lose somebody, we give a moment of silence or something. We talk about them, but this time, I just need y'all to lay out for a few seconds and say nothing. Put your mics on mute because this is one that hits close to home for the Star 5 podcast. Thanks, y'all. We got to say rest easy and goodbye to the brother Sammy J.
Word.
31 years old. The kid just finished getting his doctorate degree, I believe, in education. It was Michael Jordan, the sky's the limit, and the ceiling is the roof for this kid. And we lost him to some health complications. I'm not going to describe what they were, but no foul play and no nothing like that. But we lost the brother at the age of 31 about a week and a half ago or so. Why I say it hit home to us because at one time he was a really big supporter of us. He's been on the show a couple times back when it was just JP and I at the time. But I noticed the support fell off, but that was mainly because he was focusing so hard on accomplishing his goals. And to find out that a family lost their only child, it messed me up. And condolences to the brother JP, who once again is going through it again. Like loss and stuff has been too close to this brother a lot recently with the passing of his father. Sammy is a kid who he's known from diapers and looked at him as like one of his little brothers. And so it was only right to say goodbye, condolences to the family, and rest easy to the young brother, man. Because again, we lost somebody, and it pisses me off more because I never got to get up with the kid. As many times as we've been in the area, in the South Jersey area where he was at, never got up with him. And we were supposed to get up, smoke a cigar too, some drink, fellow Eagles fan. Man, rest easy to you, young homie. Rest easy for real. Now, let's move on to the tournament. And last week, if y'all been following along, like I know some of y'all have been, shouts out to Miss Dominique in the comments. Fuck these damn lantern flies that are flying around over here.
They landed on your head, bro?
Oh, nah. You ever have one of them joints land on you? Like,
bro, they always fucking land on your forehead, man.
Yo, but they feel heavy as fuck, though.
Because them joints is unnatural.
For real. And they stupid, too. Like, they fly quick. Like, if you try to step on them, like, they'll snap off and fly quick. But if you cover them slow enough, and then they'll just jump right in to whatever you cover, they're dumb. But anyway, back to this tournament. So the next round, and we got a couple that we got to fill in, too, because we didn't get the votes on. But the homie Brian got the homie Kyle, his partner from the UWO, to give us some votes for these next rounds. So first off, of round 2, Hulk Hogan's Real American versus Vince's No Chance. The NWO theme versus the Filthy Animals. Triple H's The Game versus. We got to finish this one, Brian. So this is where I'm calling on you.
Okay.
For Kyle's picks. Live in Fear, Bray Wyatt versus the Gangsters in New Jack, Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I brought this up to Kyle on the show this past week. He went on this one with New Jack. So New Jack gets Kyle's vote.
And New Jack, as I promised, because all we needed was one for each of these. The Gangsters move on. That's why I said that's my man, because I knew I felt where he was going. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. I felt where he was going. So he's going up there. Well, the Gangsters are going up against Triple H's The Game. Mr. Perfect, the perfect Mr. Perfect team versus Enter Sandman. Next one we need to pick on. Adam Cole's All About the Boom versus RVD's Walk. Now, what did Kyle pick on this one?
On this one, he went with Rob Van Dam.
And I know y'all were saying damn because many of y'all picked Adam Cole's, but he moves on against Tyrone and your favorite, Shawn Michaels.
The GOAT.
Metalingus version of You Think You Know Me versus Piper's Bagpipes. Somebody's going to get their ass whipped versus Pomp and Circumstance. And the Broken Glass versus JYD's Another One Bites the Dust. This is where we're going to start. Brian, it's on you first. Let me get this ad out of here, though. We're not sponsored by Tums. What the fuck?
All right. For this one, Kyle's vote on this one was JYD. So he went with JYD on this one. Myself, however, I have to go with Stone Cold's Broken Glass. It's so iconic. The moment you hear the first glass break, you know what's about to happen. So I got to give it to Stone Cold.
Tyrone, we already know where you feel about this one by way of what we was going through on TikTok.
We going down because it went from Brian to me?
Yeah.
We just rotating whatever?
Yeah, we're going to rotate.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm surprised that Another One Bites the Dust is getting any votes at this point against this song. I just don't. I'm baffled by that. Like I said, I don't even have to say this because I was never going to vote for the Junkyard Dog song. And so I'm going with Stone Cold and the Broken Glass for sure.
I figured that much. That's easy. Big O. This is one of your picks that we helped you with versus one of my picks.
I think he's out. His mic's off, look like.
Big O.
Broken Glass. Broken Glass.
Everywhere. No need to sing that song again. Jamal.
Bro, I ain't letting JYD go out like that. I think they're equally as iconic. What we're doing here is we comparing eras. And they're iconic to the eras that they were in.
Cheating. We not comparing eras. We comparing songs, bro. Like, no, you cheating.
That's not cheating, bro. You can't redefine the rules for you. These are personal picks, man. Personal picks.
We already calling cheating. First fucking round. And you already calling cheating.
I feel like if you got to throw something extra in there, then
I'm explaining my pick and why I'm about to choose what I'm going to choose. However, the biggest song goes to the biggest star, and that's going to be Broken Glass, Steve Austin. So JYD's Biting the Dust.
Yeah. That's where my vote's going to. No long talk for that one. But you will get some other explanations here and there, Tyrone. So no, don't consider cheating. You'll get more explanations for other ones. Maybe like this one. Somebody's going to get it versus Pomp and Circumstance. This is a battle of like which child is better. Love Mark Henry loved Macho Man a little bit longer. Like he was the first child. Mark Henry's theme was like the third child. Fuck. You know what? Nah. You know what? Because it's way more iconic, I have to unfortunately go against 3-6 Mafia and pick Pomp and Circumstance, Jamal.
Pomp and Circumstance. That's the song. That the 3-6 Mafia song is ridiculous. But yeah, it's Macho Man. Come on. End the story.
Big O.
Pomp and Circumstance.
Tyrone.
I'm going with Somebody's Going to Get Your Ass Kicked because that meant something. Papa Circumstance didn't mean nothing. It was a cool song, but Macho Man as a performer would have performed to any song. When Mark Henry came out to Somebody's Going to Get It, it changed him. It changed his performance. It changed his attitude. It changed his whole career. So
I like that.
I'm going to go with that song.
I like that logic. Brian.
Unfortunately, I'm voting as 2 votes for Kyle as well. We both, without even a shadow of a doubt, Mark Henry, Somebody Gonna Get it. Like, it's such a great song. Such a great song.
All right. So this one is tied. Dominique, if you're in the comments, you can vote. We got 3 people watching. I think one of them is probably one of us, but that's okay. But just like last week, as I pull up the stopwatch, 65 seconds on the clock. Now, Tyrone, yeah, I like y'all. I like your freaking explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, it feels like it's hard to go against the Macho Man. For me, even with, again, the graduation song, it's something I think all of us of our age group walked to. We walked the aisle down to get our fake piece of paper to get the diploma the next day. But Macho Man made the song feel just as grand as the sound was. I don't know about y'all.
I think the fact that you got the feeling that he played that role maybe 23 hours out of the day. You know, I've heard stories where he never comes out of character. You know, and because of that, like he lived, read, ate, slept, shit, Macho Man persona. So that walk down I guess you could say down the aisle, you know, it was him.
And what's us is another fucking round goes. We're trying to finish this today, so we're gonna come back to this. Hopefully, somebody that's listening late. Nope, the vote is in. Dominique picked Mark Henry. Mark Henry moves on. I didn't think Dominique was alive for the bulk of Macho Man's run, but that don't take away from his greatness.
I won't reveal a woman's age, but yes, she was alive.
I'm joking. I'm joking. We got love for Dominique over here. All right, Rowdy Piper's Bagpipes versus Edge's Metalingus. You Think You Know Me, Brian? It's on you.
For Mr. Chapman, he chose Roddy Piper's Bagpipes. For myself, this isn't even a competition. Edge, You Think You Know Me.
Tyrone, this is a competition, but I have a vibe of where you're probably going to go. What you say?
I don't care for Edge. I never really killed for Edge, but I did like that song. But here's my thing. I still have a disdain for Roddy Piper and those bagpipes, and I can't. Every time we bring it up, I just get sick. So I got to pick the bagpipes again.
Oh, shit.
Over Edge.
Big O.
Bagpipes all day.
It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia picks for you. I know that. I could tell. I could tell, Jamal.
That's how I felt about Pomp and Circumstance. But yeah, I'm going with Bagpipes.
Yeah. Edge gets eliminated. We don't even need nobody else's vote because that was an easy one for me. Just like I get to go first on this one, this is an easy vote for me. I'm sorry. but Pantera's Walk easily is a better song, fit for a better wrestler than Shawn Michaels. Jamal.
No, I'm going with RVD. Both iconic, but the song RVD song is better. Shawn Michaels made the song. The song didn't help make Shawn Michaels.
That part. You
Yes,
can't blast it.
totally
You
agree
can't
with that.
blast. I was gonna say, Big O, you can't blast this in a car. So what's your vote?
Yeah, no. I told Jamal, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. I'm going with RVD in this one.
Tyrone.
Wait, well, first of all, Dan, I saw that little shot, the better wrestler. We ain't talking about the wrestler.
He is. He
RVD ain't
is.
the better wrestler. How? Show us the GOAT.
Oh yeah, so I'm after yeah.
And
RVD got the better song, man, but
for you,
you know,
Jamal,
Shawn Michaels is the better wrestler.
and for you,
Nah, I'm
Jamal,
sorry.
you gonna say that the song didn't make Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels made the song. Shawn Michaels literally made the song. Like literally singing himself. I'm going with the sexy boy.
Well,
That's my
Brian.
so y'all know.
It would be sacrilege for me to pick anybody aside from Shawn Michaels right about now. And RVD is in my top 5 of all time, right there with Shawn, who's number 1. But come on, you ain't never got out the shower and had the song playing, doing a little bit.
I said this
Sexy
last
boy.
week. No.
Sexy boy. Sexy
No, never.
boy. No.
I can't.
Way
Can't
better
say I
song.
have some.
Way better song.
And what did Kyle pick?
Oh, sexy boy as well.
Oh, y'all fucking losers. So we need another one. And Dominique fucking rolls with the UWO. Shawn Michaels wins. Y'all are disgusting, but it is what it is. That's
It was
just my
not
bias.
a plan. Not a plan.
It's not a
Not a
plan.
plan. Not a plan.
Now this one, that's all right. This one, Mr. Perfect versus the perfect theme song in Enter Sandman, Brian.
As much as I loved Mr. Perfect's theme song, as much as I was championing it last time, Enter Sandman is just the vibe. So me and Kyle both would give our votes to Enter Sandman.
Cool. And once again, thanks to the homie Kyle for submitting his picks early. As I said on the UWO, don't give them because he almost gave them out loud, but we needed to read them on the show. Tyrone.
Man, this is kind of hard for me, but like I said, man, it is. I love the thing,
I could dig it.
but that Sandman pop, man, wasn't nothing like it. It was just nothing like it. So I gotta pick the Sandman.
Big O.
And I hate man. I swear, yo, I hate the fact that I'm picking against Mariano's walking music, man. But Mr. Perfect, that song went with him, like just him walking down. I mean, it was perfect, for lack of a better word. I'm going Mr. Perfect.
I could dig it. Jamal.
Sandman, brother.
Yep, Sandman for me too. No need for me to explain why I've always said that was the greatest wrestler theme song with pretty much the greatest entrance. There's been some dope entrances over the years, but nothing beats that beer swinging, cigarette smoking, Singapore cane swinging, just come from anywhere in the arena vibe that you got from Sandman. But we got Triple H's The Game versus Natural Born Killers. This one feels tough, but I'm going with the song that literally plays an entire match, and I never got tired of it. Going with Jerome Young and Mustafa Saeed and the Gangsters, Natural Born Killers, Jamal.
Same, bro.
Dominique picked Mr. Perfect, but that vote is a little too late. It don't matter already. He got washed. She said, I'm trying to catch that towel. But you going with the Gangsters also. Big O.
What was the choices again?
Natural Born Killers, you know, the Ice Cube and Dre song, versus Triple H's The Game from what is it, Motorhead?
Yeah, I'm going with the game.
It is all about the game and how you play it, Tyrone. It's all about
You know where
control
I'm
and when
going?
you can take it.
I'm going with the game. Y'all just like that song. Like I don't. It's the song more than it is the entrance of the gangsters. I already know that.
Not for
But
me.
I'm not gonna
It's
say
the-
cheating though. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
say it.
All right, because I was saying because for me, it's like you tried to stress last week too. Like it's the whole package of the song, along with the and then again, I know people some of y'all expressed how y'all got tired of the song because it played the whole match, but Brian, like the uniqueness of the joint playing the whole fucking match was just like it just made it something.
Yeah, it's that's what makes it so iconic in the world of professional wrestling. It's the fact that, like you said, the moment the match starts to the moment they get back through the curtain, that song is on loop, like repeat over and over. God, they're lucky they had CDs back in the 90s, because if it was cassette tapes or 8 tracks, they'd be fucked. But Kyle's vote was for the Gangsters, for New Jack. I have to give it to Triple H because, like Tyrone said, it's the whole package. Like, and this was during his prime, even up until his later years. The guy had one of the most iconic runs during that period, and this was after Austin was getting his shit in, after Rock was getting his shit in, Mick Foley, Paul White, Big Show. Like, during that time period when it was so hot, it was the song, the entrance, the lighting, the spitting of the water. I have to give it to Triple H.
I'm glad you did, and I let you get your shit off just to
Appreciate
show you that Miss Dominique rolled with New Jack. The Gangsters move on. And funny enough, I was going to say another win for ECW, but I had to take my ECW t-shirt off because I literally sweat through it just being fat and sitting here outside today. I literally sweat through the damn shirt like I'm doing right now. But from sweat to too sweet versus the Filthy Animals, Brian, it ended with you. It starts with you.
All right. For this one, Kyle did pick the Filthy Animals theme, which is a great fucking song, but it just didn't last long enough for me. And NWO theme, you heard that shit like 15 times a night, whether it was like Nitro or Thunder, you heard it over and over again. And it's still that air guitar, like nice little vibe. I got to go with the NWO theme.
Tyrone?
I'm going to say I don't like that Filthy Animal song at all. I don't know what it is about me. It's my personal opinion. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I think it's over. It's too wild for me. It's too much for a wrestling theme song. It's just too much for a wrestling theme song. You know, it might be on the radio, but not on wrestling. So I'm going with the NWO.
I think they'll play the NWO theme song on the radio more than the Filthy Animals joint. But Big O, what say you? Here we go again. Did he go get ice again?
NWO. NWO.
Okay.
I'm going with NWO. More iconic.
Jamal?
NWO, man.
Another banging, another smash for the NWO. But next up, father versus son. The owner versus the man he took over the top to make a star. And thank you for your vote, Dominique. I forgot to add it in, but NWO for life. Hulk Hogan's Real American versus No Chance, because that's what you got. I gotta revert back to what something Brian said last week. Like, it's one of those, we've all had those you got no chance in hell type of moments in life. I think just musically, the sound of the song just hits better than me. Maybe call it the semi anti-American in me that when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, I don't care. But I Vince is and to be honest with you, like, yeah, I was around from the beginning of Hulkamania, but Vince's shit just hits different, and I'm visualizing his walk down the ring over Hogan's and the t-shirt ripping, and I'm visualizing right now Vince's cocky ass walk. I'm visualizing do-rag Vince. I'm visualizing tell me he didn't just say that. No need to repeat that one again. Even Dominique gets her vote in for Vince. So I'm going Vince, Jamal. And Dominique win Vince. It's on you.
I'm gonna go with the artist formerly known as Hulk Hogan, with Terry Bollea's song. That is the first mega babyface theme song. You need a titan of an entrance to overcome that. It was just too massive. You know, in recent years, you know, it's been tarnished, but what that meant at that time to the industry with that individual, you need to come with something. You need to come with something bigger than that. And although Vince's song is dope, that is a perfect villain song. And Vince is the emperor that gave birth to Darth Vader, which is Hulk Hogan. But you know, I'm gonna go with Bollea's Real American and all his cheese and pomp glory.
Big O, military man, are you a real American, or is there no chance you voting for that?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to the mini rant right here, right? The Attitude Era was probably my favorite era, and everybody's favorite era of WWE, WWF. You know, and the Broken Glass, there were two theme songs for me that did it: the Broken Glass and Vince's theme music. There's nothing more iconic, and Dan, you touched on it for a little bit. You know, you talk about the walk. The walk was perfect with the theme song. So all day, every day, man. That's what I'm going with. Those are my two picks: the Broken Glass and Vince's Walk. One of them two is gonna win it, and that's what I'm going with, man. So yeah, Vince's Walk. Vince's music.
He started it early, Tyrone, with my picks. It's my picks.
Like I said before,
yeah, I didn't want to touch on that, but
like I said before, and like I'm gonna say again, we doing infants theme songs, not exit theme songs. Okay, Hulk Hogan used that Real American as his exit theme song. After the match, he posed for 5 minutes and played that song the whole time. We know the words to that song because Hulk Hogan posed to it after the match. Okay. Entering the ring, nobody cared. We was waiting for it after the match, okay? So I don't want to hear it. It's not an entrance song. It's an exit song. All right? So I'm going with no change.
Get the hell out of here. Get off my TV song. Brian, for you and Kyle?
Surprisingly enough, and anybody who knows Kyle knows how he feels about this gentleman, Kyle voted for Terry. For me, out of respect for my childhood, as much as I, at the time, really enjoyed Real American, I'm a heel at heart. I have to go with Vince.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. 5-2.
Can I say something, though? Y'all, so you guys don't, like, to me, Terry is the bad guy. And Hulk Hogan is the good guy. Like, Hulk Hogan is the character. Hulk Hogan is the wrestler. So I say, like Hulk Hogan, as Hulk Hogan is the good guy for me. Terry's the one who said that crap. Terry's the
very fucking true, yo. You're absolutely right.
Y'all call him Terry. I'm like, I'd rather call him Hulk Hogan because Terry's the real man.
You're absolutely right.
Hulk Hogan is the character.
You know what?
I can't debate that.
It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, bro.
Yo, that's kind of valid, Tyrone. I you know what? I feel you on that. It might be going back to calling him the character name and not his real name. I get it. Nah, because
you just can't do it.
Nah, that shit makes total sense. because it was Terrible Leia who told his daughter Brooke, well, no, not told his daughter Brooke, but talking to somebody else. I don't want her around all them niggas. I don't want her around all them niggas like that, but but whatever. She ain't my daughter. She ain't my daughter. But next up, we're starting top down. The man who bought the NWO versus the NWO. Brian.
Yes.
This is on you. I'm sure Kyle didn't vote this far.
Nope.
But if he did, it's up to you. But
nope. From here on out, it's gonna be all me.
So Vince versus the NWO.
Again, two really good songs, two really good theme songs. NWO theme is so iconic. It's that vibe. The moment it hits, it brings you to a happy time in wrestling. Again, Vince's No Chance in Hell. At that time period, I couldn't stand it because, it was evil Vince. But later on, it grew on me. But for me personally, I got to go NWO.
Tyrone?
Oh, man.
It's getting tougher now. Now it's finally getting tough.
I'm going to go with Vince, man. I'm going with No Chance because, like you said, that walk and that whole theme song and the way the corporation was doing shit, the way you literally had to go through Vince, Shane, The Rock, anybody else Vince could bring out there to throw at you to stop you from winning a match. It was like, it just felt like you really, when Vince came out to talk, it was like, oh, you ain't got no chance now. Vince is out here, you know what I mean? It just had that feeling, man. And Vince was so cocky with it too. And that evil little scowl he had.
Mm-hmm. I can dig it. Big O. Once again, we're ice break or bathroom break.
I'm sorry. Vince, No Chance. That's what you got.
Jamal.
NWO. They both occupied the same type of space and energy too. It's just when them theme songs came in, you knew something dreadful was about to happen. That theme song could play more than once in the night. I'm flipping a coin here. Yeah, I'm going NWO.
And Miss Dominique voted NWO. Just like me, I'm voting NWO.
Wow.
Because the NWO is the reason why professional wrestling turned up the way it did back in that. Go ahead, talk over me. Go ahead, my bad.
I thought you stopped. My bad. It's my fault.
No, go ahead.
Jamal just made a point that I never even thought about that we might glance over with these, is that the NWO theme you can hear more. He said you can hear more than once in one night. That No Chance only got one pop. He couldn't come back out to that again. Like, that was his one pop during the night. If No Chance came on again, it doesn't have that same feeling. You know what I mean? At one time, that one guy, Stone Cold, might be out in the ring or something, and you hear that No Chance, you're like, oh shit. But after that, you can't really hear No Chance again. You know what I mean? It only gets this one shot at the night. And Jamal made a good point that NWO theme song can play more than one time in one show. And I felt that.
Yeah, Brian and Jamal made that same point because it was true. Because you could start off the night with hearing Buff Bagwell come out to it. Then it's somewhere in the mid card, you're gonna hear Scott Norton come out to it. Then you're gonna see Kevin Nash and Scott Hall come out to it. Then you might close the show. Actually, you would close the show with Hogan's Voodoo Child, because if y'all remembered, Hogan was the only one that had a different theme song out of the whole NWO.
Mm-hmm.
The only one. And his star power commanded it. But the vote to the NWO for me is also because they reestablished and put the stamp on professional wrestling back in that end of the mid to the beginning of the late 90s, that put Vince on the ropes. Had Vince on the ropes for 83 weeks. So much so that Vince had to buy the company out. I was going to say so much so that Vince eventually had to buy the company out. Go ahead, Big O.
But couldn't you argue that I mean, the NWO and the Attitude Era was they coincided with each other. It was during the same time,
There's
right?
there's no
Was, but
argument.
WCW had it on lock first, bro.
Exactly.
And
They did.
WCW quote unquote had it on lock. The WWE fan base and the WWE gave it the name. So look at this like it's a comparison, but it doesn't equate just because of time references. But the NWO in this situation is the Cool Herc. The WWE is the Africa Bambaataa, the person who gave the name hip hop to the culture. The WWF, my bad, at the time, gave that era the name of the Attitude Era. And that's what stuck because still everybody was faithful to the WWF at that time. But WCW really sparked it off. And then, too, if you really want to get even deeper into it, ECW was truly the ones who sparked off the real attitude in all of this. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who truly sparked the attitude because everybody had to keep up with this, Wild West acting company that literally did whatever it takes to get on the map and killed it as Extreme Championship Wrestling for 7 years. They really defined what the Attitude Era was about. And then everybody else was playing catch up with the exception of the NWO literally took like even better comparison. And we'll move on after this. The NWO did what Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa did for baseball.
I get that analogy. I get that analogy. Okay.
They set the spark. And then baseball kind of came back after that. But I'll leave that at that. Because next up, ECW versus ECW. And I go first. I can't continue to say that Sandman is the greatest and not pick Sandman. So that's where my vote goes, Jamal. Sorry, rest in peace, Jerome. Mustafa's still alive.
Yeah, Sandman is too much bigger.
Big O. Mariano Rivera versus Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. Who do you pick?
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on mute. I'm gonna go with Sandman.
Tyrone.
I've been trying to get New Jack out of here since the first record. I'm glad to have the opportunity to finally say I'm going with the Sandman.
Brian.
I've called it the best entrance in the history of pro wrestling. Sandman.
There it is. Clean sweep. Sorry, gangsters. Sorry. Well, here we go.
Here we go.
Brian, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'll let y'all pick peacefully this time.
Are you sure you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. There is no way in hell all these brothers on this panel right now are going to pick an instrument that none of us have ever touched before in bagpipes, let alone play an entire song of just bagpipes. When you can look at the greatness that is the GOAT, Shawn Michaels, HBK. Think of it like this, right? Say you're about to become a male stripper. What song do you think is going to get the panties wet? Bagpipes or something saying, I'm a sexy boy, and the girl singing, sexy boy. Like, you're going to make money with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, HBK, sexy boy, gets my pick.
Tyrone, I'm sure your sentiments are the same.
Right, he took the words right out of my mouth. No way. That's what I was going to say. No chance. All that. You know what I mean? I'm going with the sexy boy.
Big O.
Boy. Listen, man. You heard those bagpipes. Yo, who was, okay. I get it, the whole lore, but who was the bad guy in the whole 80s? WWF. He was the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where he had fans. He was the biggest heel in wrestling for a decade. You heard those
More than that.
bagpipes. I mean, I will never go against Roddy Piper. Piper has my vote. The bagpipes.
Yo, I'm with Big O. Piper was the heel of heels at that time.
Yes,
he beat down a
he was
dude
the
with
bad guy.
coconuts and a banana. You know what I mean? You know, and he was the heel of heels because he was annoying. Even if he got his ass whooped, he still came back the next week and was still that cocky and whatever. Them bagpipes was annoying as fuck, and they did what they were supposed to do. They made you pissed off before this motherfucker got in the ring.
Before you saw him.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he started you off pissed off with them stupid, annoying bagpipes and that fucking smirk and the fucking kilt. And the fucking kilt come down with everything about him, Roddy Piper, man. Getting people, convincing people to go on his show, knowing they knew he was gonna get jumps. You know what I mean? It's like a Hitchcock movie where you know the plot, but the characters in the plot don't know the plot yet. And you know what's gonna come. It's a slow train wreck. And it was all of that wrapped up into them damn annoying bagpipes that pissed you off before he came into the ring. And don't get me wrong, Shawn Michaels, different type of heel. Much superior wrestler. I ain't gonna front. But in terms of the entire package, it's a pick 'em for me. I'm going with Piper. It just the way Piper just got under your skin. I didn't get that from Shawn Michaels. Like I couldn't wait to see Shawn Michaels get to the ring. I couldn't wait to watch him wrestle because he was that damn good. But Roddy Piper, oh man! If you can make the audience feel whatever emotion that you want before you even say anything, that's masterful. That's masterful right there. That's why I'm going Piper.
And
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
like with the ounce of bias, like Tyrone said, not couldn't wait to get New Jack up out of here. It's the same for me with Sean. That's why it's tied 3-3. But it's literally everything Jamal and O said. Like when I look at the two wrestlers, Sean clearly the better performer in ring compared to Piper. Well, Piper can do his thing. Piper was a legit boxer, but we're talking about wrestling. Heel heat. There's very few who can truly get what Piper did at one time. Very few, very, very few. Oh,
Can we say that Piper was a better character? And the
you
whole
can
persona
say that if you want
was
to.
yeah.
You can say that if you want to.
He was the better. The whole package. Piper, you might want to put him right under Hulk Hogan. I mean,
you know what it is, but you know what it is
and
about
Macho Man.
But you know what it is about that though? You know what it is about that? Is that it felt real from him.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels'
Yes.
cocky asshole attitude. It became real once we started to learn about his backstage activities. You know what I'm saying? Like it became real. Oh, you are kind of that guy. It didn't, but Piper's was just effortless when it comes to. But musically, yeah, Brian, I'm sorry. I'm playing the bagpipes over Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy in the car. This black man right here, like you said, this brother, as you said, these brothers. So, because Dominique gave the vote that made this tied, I'm going to pull this up. And you know what? Tyrone and Brian, I'm going to allow y'all to pick heads or tails. Now, on the other side of this, I'm just going to flip it one time so you see there is a heads and that's the tails. What are y'all going to go with?
Tyrone, go right ahead.
Tails. It's going to be on me.
How many times do I press? Brian, you pick that.
Let's do 3.
1, 2, 3. And here it is.
Tails never fails.
Shawn Michaels moves on.
There's been a great miscarriage of justice here.
hey.
A great
Hey.
miscarriage of justice.
But guess what though? I do this shit fair, correct?
Yes, sir.
I make sure I do this shit fair. Y'all witnessed the coin flip. Now y'all gonna witness the brackets again. Shawn Michaels moved on. But he's gonna get next out. He's gonna get knocked out the next
All
round.
right, we already know Sexy Boy ain't gonna win. You ain't gotta fucking hit your little.
I gotta rub it in, Dan.
Oh, I'm rubbing it in because somebody gonna get their ass whipped versus the Broken Glass. Now, this is the irony of two songs that when you heard them, like Tyrone defined before, you knew something was gonna go down.
Oh, this is easy for me.
This tough decision's on you, Brian.
It's honestly not that tough because, you know, I should have made this argument in the last round, but we're talking about theme songs. We're not talking about the character. We're not talking about presentations. We're talking about the song itself. Which one can I sit down and listen to and enjoy for 3+ minutes? And with all due respect to Broken Glass, as great of a song as it is, I can vibe out to Mark Henry. I can go to the gym and be like, all right, I'm about to hit this set. It is what it is, even though I haven't been to a gym in years. But that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can use this song for any aspect of life. Like, Broken Glass, it's cool, but, you know, the words of 3 6 Mafia, the beat, the build-up, you know, it's just a better song for me. So I have to give it to Mark Henry.
Tyrone.
Right. You do realize that we just had people pick bagpipes.
I understand. Totally understand.
So it ain't about the song for real. That was my whole argument, that it's supposed to be about the song, but all y'all keep making extra shit about what it's about.
No, Tyrone, I believe one of those picks you said the whole package, bro.
You're right.
So
I'm just saying, because I had to. You guys pick bagpipes over an actual song with music and lyrics and words in it. So I can't rock with that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, Mark Henry song, somebody's gonna get their ass kicked and all that, somebody's gonna get it. It was a good song, but how many asses did Mark Henry really kick? When you heard that Broken Glass, Stone Cold was kicking ass. Mark Henry said that, but he ain't kicking a lot of ass in wrestling, did he?
He won world titles after that song.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, short-lived, and Mark Henry wasn't that dude for real. Not the dude Stone Cold was. So that Broken Glass meant a little bit more. It meant a little bit more than Mark Henry. Nobody was really scared of Mark Henry at that time too much until he started doing stuff. But when you heard that Broken Glass, no matter what time it was, no matter what era of Stone Cold it was, people was looking. So I'm going with the Broken Glass.
I can't wait to get to my take because go ahead, Big O.
Okay, so Brian, I take you're not from New York, right? So
we opened the show talking about Rhode Island. Where do you think he's from?
Yes, correct.
I ain't from Wyoming.
Thank you. Dan. So the bagpipes, right? I mean, as much as iconic as it is, right? For a black man, well, I'm all right. I shouldn't say a black man. For myself, every time we happen to be on the news, we happen to watch the news, and you know we witness a policeman's funeral.
Yeah, we have it up here too.
Bagpipes.
Yeah, we have it up here too.
All right. So believe me, already right out the gate, bagpipes is synonymous with cops, and cops are cops are synonymous with 9 times out of 10 are synonymous with them doing what they should not be doing to black people. I'll leave it at that. So it was not an easy choice for me to pick bagpipes. On the flip side of that, Roddy Piper, being who he was, being the heel, the ultimate heel outside of Macho Man, it's like, damn, it was like left hand, right hand. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that. Yeah, we can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, having said that, man, the bagpipes for me will win every time. outside of Broken Glass, because Broken Glass is my favorite favorite theme song, because when I heard the Broken Glass, you automatically went into a frenzy because Stone Cold was gonna do something crazy. Whether the beer, come out there with the beer truck and all that, like that ever was we really was frothing at the mouth when you heard the Broken Glass. So I I just can't do. I'm sorry. I will never vote against Broken Glass.
Jamal, that was we went on a
Spoiler
fucking
alert.
merry-go-round. We
Yeah,
went on a
all right.
merry-go-round with that one.
So,
We did.
I'm going with Mark Henry. Even though Stone Cold is a bigger spectacle. The Broken Glass thing is crazy. The Mark Henry song is so dope. And since we're talking about the entrance, that Broken Glass was dope. But the reason I could never pick Steve Austin's entrance is because the whole thing with the beers, it's too synonymous with Sandman, which is the greatest entrance ever. And that's my pick, which is why I can't go with Austin's. It felt like Austin's thing is like a diet Sandman. But go ahead.
Oh wait.
You're saying that because of Mariano. You're saying that because of Mariano.
Austin's entrance did not include any beer. Austin didn't drink the beer until after the match.
It came later. It came later.
I know. Let's got the end of matches locked on, bro. So
I got the answer, and again, just like how he described with Hogan's theme was an end of match thing, so was Austin's song too. That's why he can correlate the beers with the theme song. It makes sense, but also I'm going 3-6 Mafia on this one. Just support the black man. 2 Texans, by the way, but Tyrone, the points you were making of Mark Henry was in his Hall of Pain with this song. And that was when Mark Henry was fucking unstoppable. Steve Austin did more losing under this song than Mark Henry did under his song. He did.
No, I'm saying, I know I'm the one who picked the Mark Henry song.
I picked that, brother.
Yeah, but I picked it and gave
y'all
it to you.
Both picked it. Y'all both picked it.
But and I know that the impact that it had, but I'm just saying that Austin still that Broken Glass still had more impact than Mark Henry. Nobody really cared about Mark Henry. Even when he was kicking ass and doing all that, a lot of people didn't really care about him as the way like they felt about Stone Cold. He still didn't get that pop. Now it changed him as a person.
I can't argue that. Yeah, I can't.
It changed him as a wrestler. It changed what he did in the ring. It changed his attitude. It changed, how he became what he became. But he still didn't get that pop. He didn't get that from the fans.
But the difference is, all right, I could give you it. I could give you that on this moment here alone. No, Mark Henry has arguably a top 5 moment in wrestling history, which turned into this song when all I got to do is mention the pink jacket or the salmon suit. Steve Austin has top 15, top 20 type moments, things like that. When Mark Henry did what he did to John Cena, it kind of took him into like it skyrocketed the persona at the time. Pop wise, of course, Steve Austin. When that shit happened, I enjoyed that a lot when it was the WrestleMania when he had the glass shatter, but I think it was WrestleMania 10 with the glass entrance thing, and then it broke, and then he came out ahead of time.
Yeah.
That was an ill moment too, but because this is the selections of Big O and Jamal, we're gonna go back to the coin flip because we're tied. So let me get the coin flip back up. Okay, Big O's was technically the higher seed in his bracket, so O, Heads or tails?
Tails.
Jamal, how many flips?
3, bro.
1, 2, 3. It's going tails. Heads wins. Holy shit.
I knew I should have went with heads. I knew I should
Man,
have went with
fucking
heads.
Trump is not going to jail. He is not going to jail, bro. Damn.
Somebody gonna get their ass whipped.
Bro.
Somebody about to get their ass kicked. I don't need to. I went last, right? So I don't need to explain any further that I'm picking 3-6 Mafia over Shawn Michaels or Sensational Sherry doing the music, or Scary Sherry, whichever way. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped, Jamal.
Mark Henry, man.
Big O. Are you voting against Mark Henry just off GP? Because your pick lost?
I'm going with Mark Henry, man. I never liked Shawn Michaels' music.
Tyrone?
I'm dying on my sword. So, I'm going with the sexy boy.
Brian?
What Tyrone just said was honorable, and I'm gonna die on that sword too. But I will say this: Somebody's Gonna Get It is a way better song. But I'm voting for Shawn.
It is. It truly is.
It really is.
All right. It's 3-2, just because it's so close and we're up to those final rounds. I'm gonna put it on the clock. So, Miss Dominique, anybody else watching, get your votes in now. I appreciate the respect of dying on the sword, y'all. But Brian, if you're gonna say the song is better, I need an answer.
Oh no, I went with Shawn. I mean, yeah, I went with Shawn, but what do you mean? Oh, better.
Like,
which one's better?
One's better, but you went with Shawn dying on the sword.
No. Oh, I have to go with Shawn because there's so much slander and disrespect towards the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Mr. WrestleMania, the guy who puts on classics against anybody. You can put him in a ring with Vader. You can put him in the ring with Psycho Sid, Diesel, 1-2-3 Kid, Hakushi. Like, you want a name, he did it. You know what I'm saying? So, no, with all due respect to the GOAT, Shawn Michaels, the greatest of all time, the guy who is training our next generation of professional wrestlers down in Florida. Yes, I got to give all due respect to the GOAT. But Somebody Go Get It's a way better song.
Are y'all honestly saying that Rowdy Piper playing those y'all saying that those bagpipes was a better song than Sexy Boy? That's like impossible. So y'all did the same thing. Y'all picked something to beat Sexy Boy, and y'all know Sexy Boy was a better song than them damn bagpipes. Like, as a song, y'all think them bagpipes as a song by itself is better than the Sexy Boy song?
Yes.
That's sacrilegious, man.
Dominique came through for y'all and picked Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy. So we are tied again, motherfuckers. So,
oh man.
We got to hit the coin flip. This is fucking ridiculous, but let's hit the coin flip. And I'm not saying that because it's Shawn. I'm just saying, holy shit, we've had so many ties. That's what I mean by ridiculous. But okay, Jamal versus Tyrone. Tyrone, this is two of your picks in a way. So heads or tails. Actually, no, Tyrone, you picked heads or tails the last time. Yeah. So Jamal, you pick heads or tails.
I'm going to pick tails.
And Tyrone, how many times do I hit it?
One time. Let's go.
Let's get it. One time.
Biscuit for the biscuit.
Shawn Michaels fucking moves on.
I told you.
Why he didn't go?
Trump is not going to jail, y'all. He's walking free. The winds of justice is not in our favor right now.
Not at all, but it is what it is. So Shawn Michaels moves on to the finals. So I never expected that. Blur. And Brian, you win the last time, right?
Yes.
So it's on you. NWO versus Enter Sandman.
Again, there's a close correlation to the NWO for us. But I said it before, I'll say it again. It's the greatest entrance all time. Enter Sandman.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm going with the Sandman. I can't pick nothing else.
Big O. It's on you, or are you on the toilet? Is Big O on the toilet? Is he taking a shit? I didn't hear the ice this time because he's on mute. Jamal, we'll come back to Big O once he's finished boo-booing.
Oh, this is this is a fantastic conference championship match here, which you want right here. But Sandman edges out.
Edges, not by me. Like Brian said, I call this the GOAT for the reason, because it is. Dominique bucks the system.
NWO theme. NWO.
Two people bucked the system.
See,
for Enter Sandman, and now we're up to the
greatest.
final.
That was the greatest individual entrance theme song against the greatest group entrance theme song. So I can't be mad at that.
And because I was last, salute to Shawn Michaels making it this far. We tried to get him out of here earlier, but the boy weathered the storm. He weathered the coin flips and all of that.
Just like the real storm.
I can't continue to say that this is the greatest entrance theme song ever without continuing to vote that way. So it's Enter Sandman Jamal.
Sandman, this is a great matchup though. Can't front is the indie circuit versus the indie circuit versus the industry circuit theme song matchup, and I'm here for it. But I'm gonna go with Sandman. That's the greatest.
Word, Big O. I like that. Underground versus mainstream. Big O, how do you disappear?
I'm going with I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with Sandman again.
Tyrone.
I'm gonna ride or die. Sexy boy at heart. I'm going with the sexy boy.
Brian, are you still a sexy boy at heart?
Ride or oh shit! Look, an ice cream shop. I'm gonna get off the bus right here. As great as Shawn Michaels is, the total fucking package, the GOAT, the greatest wrestler of all time, the number one, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler that's not named Terry Funk. It's the greatest total package entrance of all time. I have to vote for Sandman.
And guess what, Tyrone? Miss Dominique dies on the ship with you. Your winner and reigning champion is the Sandman with Enter Sandman.
I think we got it right.
I shit. In some respects, I'm gonna be cocky and say I knew I got it right. That's why I picked this joint as number one. Yeah, Big O, my pick. My pick.
No.
But even if it wasn't, he said,
what are you saying with stuff? No chance in Broken Glass gonna be top two.
Hey, bro, yo, Tyrone, you new to the game, man. I always pick the winners, man. They'll tell you. Shout out to Purple Tate.
He picked this winner too, right? But anyway, so once again,
That's
I mean,
hate.
do we really need to wax poetic anymore? Besides, I always like to diss Metallica because they ruined Napster. But other than that, like this is one of them songs, regardless of this wrestling theme song or not, like I think universally was kind of loved by almost everybody in some sort of a way, y'all. Just the song alone. And then Sandman and ECW being what they were and what they did, it just added that extra little seasoning to the mixture that just made it even better. I wish, Brian, I wish the network paid for the rights to the music. But
Oh,
I also wish for the man who ain't afraid to drop a dime or two or a few million on the use of a theme song, pull Sandman in just because to play that one time.
oh yeah. I mean, let's be honest. TK is a total mark. He would do it in a heartbeat if the storyline is correct and you can get it. Like hell, even if you do like a Halloween episode in Philly, it's the perfect place to do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I think we picked the right song. You know, as much as me and Tyrone were going back and forth with the whole Shawn Michaels thing. Overall, I think Jamal said it best. It was, you know, underground versus mainstream. And mainstream wise, the Shawn Michaels song, it was the total package. It was the perfect song for the perfect guy at that period in time in the 90s. He had the production, he had the pyro, he had the outfits, he had the glitz, he had the glamour. WWE pumped everything to make sure that this Shawn Michaels sexy boy gimmick was going to work. And that song, and like we say, it's an iconic song, especially to mainstream wrestling fans, and especially people in our generation who grew up and saw Shawn from Rocker Shawn to where he is now. But when it comes to, you know, a theme that gets you hyped, that like you guys said a lot of times with a lot of these people, you know, the moment Enter Sandman hits and you hear that first doom, 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 like you're just like, oh shit, where is he? Like, am I of age? Do I got a wristband? Can I drink? Like, is he gonna ash on me? Like, is he gonna bleed on me before he even gets in the ring? It was an entire vibe. So for me, I think we definitely got the right winner on this one.
And Tyrone, as you admittedly stated, you had a cot in the ECW arena. Like, your thoughts?
I've been to wrestling, like I said, I've been to Royal Rumbles. I've been to I haven't been to WrestleManias, but I've been to all of the mostly the other pay-per-views. I've been to Raw, I've been to WCW, I've been to every wrestling. And like I said, in that small ECW arena with that Sandman entrance, there's nothing like that exists on the planet. It's not. It's just there's no pop like that. There's no, I don't care, pyro, nothing. You cannot compare to that. So I know we picked the right one. I'm just not letting my boy get swept. You know what I mean? So, you know,
That's respectable.
That's all it was.
That's respectable. And like I said, too, like, I mean, even seeing it in a small space of the fun bubble that used to be here on Staten Island, and the memory connected to me stiff arming some kid that dove for the beer can that he crushed. Stiff arm. I literally went down, went from standing up and went boop right on his head, grabbed him by his head, and stopped him just enough to where the beer can was out of his reach, and was like, "Excuse me, that's for me." Grabbed it, and that was it. and I kid you not, that moment was no bullshit. It was one of the best moments ever. Even with seeing Bam Bam and Taz fight around the whole fun bubble in the crowd, to being in when they got to my section, which is where they ended fighting in the crowd. I'm at the front of the circle. People are bumping. I got beer splashed in my face and my eye. It didn't matter. I've never been in a wrestling environment like ECW, and I don't think we'll ever see something like that again unless I ever hit one of these days hit a GCW show. Because GCW shows, seeing how the crowds look on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and all that, they look like crowd-wise, they kind of give the same vibe. But it ain't gonna be like, again, seeing Sandman live, seeing New Jack live, seeing Bam Bam live, you know, seeing Taz live, seeing the Dudleys live. And then when the show's over, they're in the bar connected to the joint, all in there fucking drinking. I wasn't old enough to go in there to drink, but we've seen them. And there's nothing going to be like that ECW vibe again. And it, you know, yeah, I picked it, but for me, it was fitting that we kept calling this the greatest. We defined it's the greatest for a reason, though. We just find this shit as the greatest for a reason. But again, this is our opinions. This ain't the opinions of the whole wrestling world. But I will throw this up on my TikTok to see what everybody thinks. Maybe I might be able to get away with playing a snippet of Metallica on TikTok. Maybe. But we're gonna throw this up for the people to even judge after the fact. And let us know what y'all think after. Y'all had the opportunity to be here to get your votes in. So I don't want to hear no bullshit of, oh man, why isn't this and blah. You had the opportunity. You had the opportunity, Jamal.
Yes, sir. So, my bad, dog. I had to dip off family stuff. But no, dope show, man. Dope show. Dope panel as always. Appreciate you coming back on.
We didn't even close out yet. We was just wrapping up about Sandman winning. But
my bad. Right. I just jumped back in. So I missed all was happening. But no, Sandman. So yeah, who claimed they picked Sandman? Oh?
No, I picked.
Nah,
no claim.
I can't be mad at that. And even though I was shitting on Shawn Michaels, I can't be mad at it. That should still be in the finals. One of the top 5 heels of all time, and his impact on the industry as a whole, the whole package, the song, the wrestling, the attitude, everything. That I'm not mad at that. That was a dope final. So I love everybody's explanations of why they picked and whatever, and Tyrone keeping everybody honest. So, but no, man, that was dope. That was dope, y'all. And what it did was it helped me get back into wrestling. I've been kind of half 1 foot in, 1 foot out on wrestling like the last 3 or 4 years. And since we started doing this, I started watching heavy again. And so I appreciate that. And you guys all have much more wrestling knowledge than I do. And I appreciate learning from all y'all too. So, but now this was dope.
Word. But yeah, speaking of wrestling, Tyrone, we're going to talk on the side. I was waiting to text you separately, but I was going to say them in front of you because the network is coming back to expanding once again. The brother JP is going to be bringing along a total sports show eventually. He's going to be talking with a couple people that he's been talking to about bringing back the sports show. We're going to continue to get back to sports along with all the other worldly topics because this is kind of what I've always wanted this show to be able to talk about whatever the fuck we feel like talking about whenever it is possible. Tyrone, when he came on with us, we was talking about cartoons and movies and shit like that. Like we was off our normal beaten path. And then Tyrone became a part of the family. But we need to bring a wrestling show, Tyrone. And I think me and you can fucking kill it. But we need to bring a wrestling show. Brian knows about me and the wrestling podcasts and where I was. I've been on their show a couple times here and there, contributing here and there. Your level of wrestling with me is we're matched. You are a match to me. So we need to talk about bringing a wrestling show to the network soon. We'll schedule recording times and all that shit. And think of an idea because also, like Brian kind of knows, when it comes to the wrestling shows, we can't be like everybody else. And everybody else, this is no shots at UWO at all because you mix it up. But everybody else usually does a complete weekend review of everything. Don't really talk about what happens within certain things or break down certain things. It's read results, move on. Read results, move on. I liked it. I didn't like it. I liked it. I didn't like it. Fuck that guy. Fuck this guy. Why ain't this person getting the push? I don't want us to be like that. So if you're down, we need to make something happen. We'll talk about that on the side. You know what I'm saying? But that's all up to you if you want to do it.
I'm down. I'm definitely down for that. Wrestling is one of my top topics on my podcast anyway. So
word. So yeah, with the expansion of the network, and then even to throw an idea to you, Jamal, like filmmaker. If you could find the time, you do strictly movies or whatever. Big O, same thing. If you want to bring like a gaming, because you were Mr. PS5 just like me, you know what I'm saying? Like We need to expand this joint. We can bring other people in to do other stuff, but it feels like it's time. It feels like it's time that we re-expand again. And I say again because when this whole thing started, it was a network of shows. If you go to the startbypodcast.com, actually I can pull it up for y'all and go to our About Us page. You can see all the shows that we used to have. And I'm sorry, as I say to people at work, for some reason now, when I write or when I type, I can't talk at the same time. So that's why as I get older, multitasking in certain ways don't work. But here's the startbypodcast.com if y'all not already familiar. But About Us page gives you, I gave a quick brief story about who we were, how we started, and all that. I got to add more names here with this part. But the flagship show, the Starting Five, talking my team in the fourth quarter, started it all. Then we used to have Just the Facts, Politics Aside, The Rundown. I Think I Like My Brother, The Mayor's Office, and Views from the Borough, which the Mayor's Office I bring back up whenever I feel like it. Views from the Borough was JP's thing that he didn't keep consistent with. But almost all of those shows fell due to consistency. But I think we are back at a point to where we can get to a level of consistency. And Brian, the invitation is there for you too, to be a part of the network. We'll talk about all of the other shit behind the scenes, but this is an open platform conversation just to give what I'm thinking right now.
I would not be opposed.
So we'll discuss all of this later, at a later time. But until then, you know what to do, Brian.
All right. Again, thank you everybody on the panel. This was fun as always. I love coming on, starting five and chopping it up with y'all. This was a very entertaining, tournament bracket that you guys came up with. I'm happy because I had no stakes in this entire thing. So it was just coming up in here and fucking shit up. But no, loved it. It's always great conversation with you guys. Thank you again for having me on. And, shout out to my boys at the UWO podcast. We're probably going to be on tomorrow night. We are back on Facebook, but our audio versions are up on, all streaming platforms, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Last week, for all the TikTok people out there who want to know what was said, Dan, you came onto the show. We had a nice little discussion about that incident that occurred. If y'all want to check it out, please do. And we're going to talk some shit tomorrow because somebody got fired.
Fired, Tyrone, fired.
Well, I know.
You know what to do too. See, you keep dropping the ball. We're gonna get this together. We're gonna get this together. You see, he's like this nigga.
Anyway, shout out to Brian. Shout out to Jamal, Dan, UWO podcast. And I enjoyed the show today. And what else? And I'm once again vindicated. Sexy Boy vindicated me, went all the way to the final, so I feel good about that. Over there hating, but it's all good, you know what I mean? And so yeah, it was a good show. I had fun. I'm glad to always have guests on here. And I'm looking forward to the next show. Go ahead, O.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm a little disappointed, that my two choices didn't make it to the finals, because I was batted 1,000 till today, but whatever. I knew.
What was your two choices?
Broken Glass and Vince's Walk. No Chance.
Oh, you had no
Those
chance
my
to
two
get to the
choices.
finals, but that's all good.
Yeah. But shout out to y'all, man. Another great show, man. I had fun. I enjoyed this. One thing we didn't get to talk about, my other two choices, thanks to Vandal, Coco Gauff and Francis Tiafo, man, they still in it. You know what I'm saying? My hats off to y'all. I salute y'all. I wish y'all the best of luck. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about the U.S. Open, talking about tennis.
Yep.
What else? What else? What else? Yes, gaming. This is gaming season. Thank you, Mayor, for bringing it up a little bit. You know, what I'm saying I'm constantly waiting. I'm on the sidelines waiting for new FIFA game to drop. It's gonna be EA FC 24 this year. A lot of other games coming out. Madden. I'm not gonna get Madden. I'm gonna wait till next year for that one. But yeah, man, it's a great show, man. I'm gonna pass it off to my boy Jamal.
That's what's up. Great show, y'all. Like I was saying before, the wrestling education I get from talking to y'all brothers is always appreciated. This was dope, just to chop down memory lane and just to again go through the beautiful history of wrestling and whatever. But Brian, always great being on the show, brother. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for your opinions and everything else. Big Ty, appreciate you being on as always, brother. You keep the show funny, brother. So keep everybody honest. So I love it. Big shout out to Big O and the mayor. Thank you everybody for listening and looking forward to next week.
Peace to Ishtar.
Peace to Ishtar. That's right. Peace to Disabled Planets, and shout out to that Ill Magic.
We always got to make sure we shout them three out, man. The greatest typos in show history. For real. But yeah, man, I didn't even know. Thanks for that update on the soccer, because I knew FIFA was done, so they moved on to now EAFC.
Yes.
Oh, word.
Okay.
I got
yes.
Last year,
the contract expired last year.
Okay, that's gonna refresh. There ain't no way FIFA gonna be without a game. The organization's too big.
FIFA's gonna come up with a game, but you're not gonna have the same engine. You're not gonna have the same engine as what EA was bringing out, every year. And so it's gonna be like Capcom's game, a couple of years back. So
oh man,
we'll see.
Does EAFC have the licensing though for the clubs and the leagues?
EAFC, it's all of the it's okay. Put it like this: EAFC is everything except for the World Cup.
Nice.
So you're gonna have the Euro. You're gonna have the Euro, every 2 years or whatever, every 4 years or whatever the case is. And I'm sure what they're gonna do is they're gonna have every 4 years they're gonna have a game for that's like World Cup.
Like how they did South Africa.
Name.
That's what I was gonna say. I've been waiting for a FIFA World Cup game for a minute.
Yeah,
but
you're just not gonna have World Cup. It's gonna be they're gonna give it another name.
Yeah. All right. That's unfortunate.
It's gonna be the ultimate tournament. the world's greatest
corny
tournament.
name like that.
But yeah, man, no corny name here with the Husky Chainsaw Invitational in memory of the late Wyndham Rotunda and Terry Funk. Rest in peace to every wrestler, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna get back to semi-normal schedule next week. Hopefully, we'll see, as long as everybody responds. Hopefully, as you heard us talk out loud, expect the expansion of the network again.
One question. What's the regular schedule like as far as like with football season?
Well, we're still 1 o'clock, but as we always called it, as I always called it, bringing us to 1 o'clock was where your Sunday 1 o'clock game watch along, and just keep it on in the back of the TV. Normally, that's how I've always announced it. And depending on the show topics, we get out to where we done by either halftime, or we still got the 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock game and Monday night, which either Spectrum or fucking ABC Disney Company, get off your shit so I could get my channels back, because I done lost lost ESPN, all my ESPNs.
That's crazy.
Lost ABC, and they do this shit every few years with some of these channels, to where some of these networks, it don't even matter. Like Nickelodeon, you can go ahead and you could be gone for a little bit, but no, this shit happens right at the heart of football season.
Yeah, that was strategic.
Oh, absolutely, because they know, especially with ESPN owning Monday Night Football, and even even Channel 7, New York Channel 7 occasionally will show the games if depending on who the team is. It'll sometimes be a simulcast. Plus, a lot of some of the college football games, some of the primetime games are usually on Channel 7 or ESPN. A lot of college football is on ESPN. Both channels is always showing something. So get the fuck off y'all shit. I ain't calling no 1-800 number to cast my vote to tell Disney gonna do what Disney want to do.
Big facts.
Just pay them, motherfucker. Just pay them.
Warner Brothers?
Huh?
Time Warner? Is Spectrum Time Warner?
No.
Spectrum is
Charter Communications.
Time Warner is out of the game now.
Okay, so who owns Spectrum?
Charter Communications, I believe.
Yeah, Charter Communications. Yeah.
So Charter, get off your shit. Pay them the bag. Is this because of Trump? Because they don't like Trump or DeSantis? Is this about that? We're not gonna go there with the making up a conspiracy theory, but we done. Peace.
Hey, listen real quick. Listen real quick. I've been trying to get a fantasy football thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I put it.
We can do it, but we got this week to do it. So it's up to you. I could start it. We can. It'll be up to you.
That shit is Cablevision. Oh, my bad, yo. I'm sorry.
What, Spectrum is under Cablevision?
Yeah, it used to be Cablevision. It's the same conglomerate. I got it now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they did it. All right, go ahead.
All right, so look out for a Star 5 Podcast League. It'll be a quick either 10 or 8 teams just to get this shit in this week. Normally we've had this shit planned out and mapped out way ahead of time, but I've been slacking on my pimping when it comes to this shit. So we'll have one done this week. Anybody that wants to answer that's watching or listening, hit us up. The first spots always go to everybody on the show first. Brian, if you want in, you can say so now and you'll get the link. And yeah. See y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Later.